Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am playing with this awesome die of the month. It's called the Pumpkin Pals cutting die. Now the good thing about this die is if you are not a fan of the super cutesy faces on every single pumpkin that you cut out, you don't have to use them. They do have the pumpkins separately, so that is pretty awesome. I am going to be playing with Glitter Glaze. Now this is Alabaster Glitter Glaze, and this is Crunchy Leaves, which is the Glitter Glaze of the month. So look at that gorgeousness. I've got a couple scraps of paper, a couple photos, and the circle tone stencil. I'm gonna pull in some Velveteen Glaze too, just because I can. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I'm gonna take these colors of Velveteen Glaze and I am going to go ahead and apply it with a Disney gift card, because why not? So I do like applying Velveteen Glaze with a gift card. When I want kind of a thinner layer of the glaze, I don't want it to be so thick that it's kind of hopped up off the page. So it's not like a modeling paste. I don't want it that thick. I just want a little bit of the texture going on. So I decide that that is a good amount for me, and I am just going to keep applying with the palette knife to the gift card and then placing the gift card directly onto the paper. Now that is because I want the full edge of the gift card to be able to be used with the Velveteen Glaze, but the gift card doesn't exactly fit into the tub, but the palette knife works beautifully. So now I have 2 layers of color, and they are mixing a little bit on the edges. Like I'm having a little bit of overlap. I'm not trying to get it to blend together or anything like that. I am literally just trying to get a little bit of overlap where the 2 edges meet. Now, this is where you might say I kind of screwed up a little bit. I flipped over my gift card to go ahead and get the same kind of action I had going on the other stripes of color, but then I had already dipped into the green, so I've got a little bit of green at the bottom. Now, it is not ruining my life. I'm not too terribly worried about it, so I'm just going to go for it. Now, that is dry, and this is the Pumpkin Pals cutting die, and I am trimming them down. I have this little set of sharp craft pliers, and I am trying to do it inside of this rag because sometimes the pieces will fly off, like that one did when I decided to pull the rag off and not, cover it up. Now, I do definitely recommend getting yourself a nice little pair of cutting pliers to snip apart any kind of dies. Some of them can also be twisted apart like that, and then I just take my little snips and cut off the burr at the edge. Now, I'm leaving this in here just in case somebody hasn't ever seen anyone snip apart dies before. I don't think that it's something that I see a whole heck of a lot on YouTube videos, so I figured why not pop it in here for you guys. Now, these dies are absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, you can use the pumpkins separately, or you can add all of the fun arms and legs and faces. There's even a little pumpkin stem. Now, true confession time, guys. I did not feel like cutting out the little pumpkin stem, so I didn't. And that's fine, because it's my page and it's my layout, and I love the way it turns out. Now, I did go ahead and run these dies through my die cut machine. I used the Playful Plaid paper pack, which is the plaid paper, and then I also had this polka dotted orange paper from my stash that I went ahead and did. Now, I'm just taking a little bit of liquid glue and making sure that the outline of the pumpkin that I cut out in black cardstock is matching up over top of the regular pumpkins. Without the cardstock outline over top of them, they just kind of look like funky little shapes. It really is the detail and how light and intricate the top layer of this die is that you can really see the pumpkin, and it just kind of comes out at you, and it's gorgeous. So I am going to glue all of those together, and then I pull out a couple of fall-ish paper pads from Brutus Monroe. I have that Playful Plaid one, which is where I got the plaid one. And the other one, oh, the name is escaping me. I think it's the Pumpkin Spice. I'll have a link down below so that you can check it out. Now, this is a room number from when we stayed at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. And then that is like the screenshot off of my phone where it said the room number again. Now, we went in September, so, you know, to me that's like we're going to Disney World in the fall, and I might be kind of forcing it because, you know, you're walking around in shorts and pumpkins, shorts and pumpkins, so it's kind of wild. Just like, you know, fall here is definitely different than fall back in Maryland, where we used to live. So I have these strips of paper kind of chilling out on my desk, and I decide, you know what, I'm going to add a couple more stripy bits to this layout. I really love the fact that my Velveteen Glaze has like this mixed media background going on here. It kind of looks like some of those pre-printed mixed media backgrounds that are available in stores. But you know what? Look how quick and easy it was to create my own. Like, and I get to pick any colors I want. So that makes me happy. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this die. That's not a die. I'm going to go ahead and use this stencil. And I'm also using the Glitter Glaze of the month. Now this is an exclusive Glitter Glaze color that you get when you subscribe to the Glitter Glaze of the Month Club at Brutus Monroe. I think right now it's $8 a month, and that includes shipping. So you get a jar of Glitter Glaze, it's shipped to your door monthly. It's fabulous. And then if you are a subscriber, you also get a bit of a subscriber perks and things like that. So go check that out on the Brutus Monroe site. So now I'm going to go ahead and put more of the Glitter Glaze through my stencil so that I can have this circular stencil idea at the bottom and also at the top of my page. And I'm just using a bit of washi to go ahead and hold that stencil down while I was putting on the Glitter Glaze. Now I am going to put my photos down and finish this layout while the Glitter Glaze is still wet. Yes, that is a bold move, but I'm doing it. So I go ahead and get my photos down, and now I have the Glitter Glaze at the bottom and the Glitter Glaze that's peeking out of the top of the photos, and I'm feeling all the fall feelings now, guys. Like, it's so happy. It makes me want a pumpkin cream cold brew real bad. So now I am going to put the pumpkins together and kind of figure out where I want them to land on the layout so that they look cool. And like I said, my pumpkins don't have stems, and I'm okay with that. I mean, let's be realistic. A lot of the times when you go buy a pumpkin, they ain't got no stems on them anyway. So now I am just trying to figure out where exactly I want the pumpkins to go, what layers they should be tucked under, should they be over top of layers. I'm just trying to play around with it and really just figuring out what I like on the layout. So I did cut out a good amount of pumpkins, and then I'm going to place these pumpkins down at the bottom of the page. And instead of having the pumpkins inside the boundary of the page, I'm going to let them go over top of the edge of the layout, and then I'll just trim them down. So now I'm going to add a third pumpkin here, and I'm thinking that that is, you know, it's the best pumpkin life thing I've got going on right now. I trim off that edge, and remember, my Glitter Glaze is still wet, so I didn't want to completely flip it over. Now I've got to come up with a title, right? I've got this gorgeous mixed media background. I've got these awesome looking pumpkins, and now I need to figure out what the heck I'm going to call this layout. And like I was talking about earlier, it feels weird in Florida in the fall because you're around all these pumpkins, but you're in shorts and flip-flops. So I just decided to capitalize on that fact, and I'm going to use my stash to create the title of Hot Fall. I do grab a couple of sticker phrases from my stash as well to finish off the layout. And then that is going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.